Have you been to Jesus for the cleansing power? Are you washed in the blood of the Lamb?
When the architects of our republic wrote the magnificent words of the Constitution and the Declaration of Independence, they were signing a promissory note to which every American was to fall heir. This note was a promise that all men, yes, black men as well as white men.
Hello, Think Tankers. Hope you had a relaxing and rejuvenating weekend, and hope that while you're taking another day off, you remember why you got to sleep in. Okay, well, maybe just some of you guys, I guess. As usual in the news, there are countless topics to discuss, but I found one particularly disturbing. Yes, I know. What a shock. During MSNBC's Morning Joe show, they decided to talk about gun restriction laws following the Arizona shooting. Okay, no harm done. Still a big issue. But listen to where the discussion went.
I just want to, it's Donnie. Hey, buddy, I want to ask you a question. We're in the year 2011. We're coming off the horrific event in Tucson. Yet, as we celebrate Dr. King's Day, there's still this very strange state, Arizona, that does not recognize it. I mean, is there a time for a shift here? Should they secede from the nation? I mean, with all that's going on, it's just almost bizarre at this point.
Well, I think on today they have seceded.
Wow. Talk about toning down the heated rhetoric, right? I mean, discussing that a state should secede. Okay, first of all, discussing that a state should secede is one thing. I mean, we all know what happened last time states tried to secede from the Union. Does this guy understand the implication he made by saying, oh, well, maybe they just secede. Like, maybe I'm going to go watch a movie tonight. What movie should we watch? I don't know. We'll secede from the Union. Okay, so discussing a state should secede is one thing. But doing so based on false information? Yes, false information. Listen again.
There's still this very strange state, Arizona, that does not recognize it.
Geez. So, the strange state of Arizona, I guess it doesn't matter to this guy if you're Republican, Democrat, Independent, Tea Party. You're all a bunch of anti-immigrant, MLK-hating, holiday basher people down in Arizona. I mean, this guy is spouting false information. So if he's spouting false information, why don't we just set things straight? Oh, you know what? That's exactly what we're going to do, because this is Drake's Politics, and we look at facts. Let's start from the beginning. November 2nd, 1983. President Ronald Reagan signed a federal bill allowing the holiday to honor King. It was observed for the first time January 20th, 1986. Now in regards to Arizona, Senator John McCain, we all know who he is, voted against the creation of the holiday to honor King, and later defended Arizona Republican Governor Evan McCain's rescission of the state holiday in honor of King, created by his Democratic predecessor. All right, so McCain's opposition to that grew immensely to the point where McCain actually reversed his position and encouraged Arizona to recognize the holiday despite opposition from the Republican Governor McCain. Okay, so the governor before him, former Governor Bruce Babbitt, Democrat, created the holiday by executive order just before he left office in 1986. But McCain rescinded that days after he took office. Then McCain issued his own executive order after that, setting aside the third Sunday in January as the unpaid holiday to honor King. But it was never recognized as a paid holiday. And then McCain was impeached in 1988 for something that didn't relate to this. Okay, so in 1990, Arizonans were given the opportunity to vote to observe the MLK holiday. And McCain appealed to former President Ronald Reagan at this point to support the holiday. And prior to that, or throughout the 1990s, heavily criticized that Arizona didn't recognize it. A lot of things were taken away. If that rings any bells. The National Football League removed Super Bowl, the Sun Devil Stadium to the Rose Bowl in Pasadena, California. Sounds like what they were trying to do with the whole immigration bill. Okay, so 1992, Arizona voters approved the holiday in 1992 after a tourist boycott. Okay, so does that make sense? I mean, we're all Americans. we know English, we can read, I mean, we can decipher information. So doesn't that say that Arizona observes MLK Day? Well, not according to the Morning Joe show. Remember, he said this.
There's still this very strange state, Arizona, that does not recognize it.
Oh, and on a non-related note, just to let you know that Arizona wasn't the last state to approve the holiday. In 1999, New Hampshire becomes the last state to adopt MLK Day as a paid state holiday, replacing its optional Civil Rights Day. Oh, hey, look, 2000, Utah becomes the last state to recognize MLK Day by name, renaming it its Human Rights Day state holiday. Oh, one more, South Carolina becomes the last state to make MLK Day a paid holiday for all state employees. Now, maybe this guy has an ex-wife in Arizona who he just really hates, and he wishes she would secede from the Union. So he's just going to include all Arizona. But for some reason, Arizona has become a hated target for the left. And it seems to be a staple for individuals on the left who crave power through government. Now remember when we talked about left and right, not communism, fascism, I'm talking about people that want to seize power with the government and tell people what to do. These guys seem to ignore civil discussion about and oust anyone they can't control or doesn't agree with them. Apparently including an entire state. I mean, even if Arizona didn't recognize MLK Day, it's their right. It's a state right. And if they didn't, I think they should. But let's have a civil discussion. I'm not going to say, you know what, you don't want to do it? Okay, you're just not going to be part of the Union anymore. You'll be your own independent country that'll probably get taken over by Mexico, the drug cartels. All right, we'll just leave you at the mercy of the drug cartels. And I think it's good to remember this, too, that the U.S. didn't recognize Christmas until 1870. And by Christmas, I mean celebrating Jesus' birth. So I guess it dumbfounds me how the left tries to further put division between Americans. And to use false information to incite that division baffles me, disgusts me, it angers me. Now I know Americans are smart, and they understand this tactic. So make sure your voice is heard. This was on national TV, this guy was saying this. Thanks for watching, guys. Enjoy the rest of your MLK Day. If you do get the day off, just prepare yourself for the work week. I know we all enjoy that. So, empowering you to take back this country. And
I'll fly away, oh glory, I'll fly away when I die.